been a long time. I am Cassandra Floyd, and yes, I am here as your Tech It Easy strategist. It is my passion to empower CEO moms, CEO glam moms like me, right? To take it easy with their business processes. See, you need to be spending time with family, having fun, and more importantly, on your zone of genius that is going to get you to the next level in your business. Listen, guys, it is 2023 is right here. You might as well say it's here. It's not around the corner, it's not down the street. It's already at the threshold. The door has opened. And one thing that I want to say is that CEO women, especially moms and glam moms, we have been kicking down that door in 2022. Yes. And not only that, the 40 plus and the 50 plus is the ones that's really kicking in the door. Now that's according to Forbes magazine. So if anybody want to argue with Forbes magazine, then that's what you're going to have to do. So, guys, I wanted to come on here and talk to you about all things Take It Easy, right? So, it's Friday, Fabulous Friday, yes, Fashion Friday, Figure It Out Friday, whatever it is you want to call it, is Friday, y'all. Okay, so Friday, a lot of times for most people, 9 to 5 workers, is woohoo, it's the weekend, right? This is a holiday time. People are probably out and shopping, but I know eventually you're going to get back to this video. Now, here is the thing. I want to talk about how do we get to the money, to the money bags. How do we get the money bags in our account? How do we get the money in the account? Okay? So, you know how when you're selling things, is my lipstick right? It feels funny. It don't look, I don't know, y'all. My makeup is not all that today. So, here's the thing. If you are in high ticket sales, you want to pay attention. You want to pay attention. You want to pay attention. Do I have your attention? Gone are the days. If you are, I understand, as an entrepreneur, when we first start out, we are an entrepreneur. We have a small business. But just because you have a small business does not mean that you think small. Just because you have a small business, should you be thinking small? What do I mean by thinking small? How you get the money bags, how you get that money from their account to your account. Now, you know, plenty of people have taken a lot of coaching classes, including myself. I pride myself on continuing in the coaching industry. I continue to have a coach, okay? I continue. It's just something that I do. When you work your 9 to 5, you constantly have training. When you get your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, your doctorate degree, you got to take classes to keep up with what's going on in the world. So why is it different in your business as a CEO? It's not different. So I'm here to give you some training. You ready? You ready? Okay. Now, when you was a small, super small, right? Like super small. Like I'm charging $47 small. How was you taking in your money? You can cash at me. You can Zelle it. You can Stripe it. You can PayPal. I'd be willing to bet you Cash App and PayPal is the top two ways that you have been getting to the money bags. Okay? So I am getting ready to share with you my experience as to why being an entrepreneur, aka now I am a CEO. I am the chief engineer officer. I am the chief operating officer. Yeah, I'm going to be hiring pretty soon. But until then, I have to think big. I got to stop thinking small. Okay? So I had a couple of 30s coming in, a couple of 30s, right? A couple of 30s. Not $30, but a couple of 30s. I'll let you guys figure that out. So, how am I going to receive? If you getting $15,000 in the next week, and then you get another $5,000, you're at $20,000. Now, this is not my words. This is what I received by email. What I received by email. If you want to know who the company is, you'll have to get on my list, and then I will reveal who it is. But I'm not going into names. I'm not about getting sued. I'm not about that life. Okay? So here is the problem. After $10,000, that's it, baby. Can't make no more money until next week. So if you have someone that says, I want to pay for this in full, and that somebody ends up being 10 people in 1 week, aka $150,000, tell me, how are you going to receive that? You're going to allow PayPal to receive that? Well, let me tell you what's going to happen. And I don't have a problem with saying PayPal, because it's there. This is nothing bad about PayPal. PayPal is an awesome resource. Stripe is an awesome resource. Square is an awesome resource. Cash App, awesome resource. But I'm not paying for no weave bundles. You know, $700 for some weave bundles. That's not what I'm paying for. Let's multiply that times 20. Now we talking about one transaction for $15,000. One transaction, guys. What are you going to do? You need to think bigger, because it's gonna happen faster than you can handle it. I'm giving you my experience. It's gonna happen faster than you're able to receive it. And then you could lose the sale. Do you want to lose that kind of sale? Put it in the chat. Do you want to lose that kind of sale? I just want to hear. You know what? I get this from Sonia. I don't know if you guys know Sonia, of student. She's LCL. She says, type that's weird. Go ahead, type that's weird. If I want to lose $15,000 sale, type that's weird, because it is. Okay? Now, my background's robotics. My background's web support. I won awards from the mayor. Our team won awards from the mayor. Our team won awards for website of the year. All of that type of thing. When you do website as a team, it is totally different from you sitting down to Wix.com. It's totally different from sitting down to Square.com. It's totally different, guys. Okay? When you set up a corporate website, you come correct and ready to do business. Yes, that's what you do. So how do you get to the money bags? Okay, now here is what I received. I'm looking over here at my notes. Number 1, they gave me 6 different steps. So what happened was, I wanted to be proactive, and so I called this company. I reached out by chat messaging and said, I am going to need to receive X amount of dollars, and it was over 5,000, it was over 10,000, it was over 20,000. I need to receive X amount of dollars. I want you to tell me what will happen if I allow that person to pay me. Will I receive the money? What will you do? I've heard so many things. I heard so many stories, right? Okay? I've heard stories that, oh no, you're fine. So guess what they told me? Oh no, you're fine. It was right in the chat. Oh no, you're fine. As long as it's not above 8 digits, you're good. Okay? So 10K is 5 digits. 20K is 5 digits. So she said 8 digits. So that's like $1 million or $100,000, as long as it's not over 8 digits. So a 1 with 6 zeros is 7 digits. I think that's what she was saying. I said, so if I have this amount come in, which was way below 8 digits, I should be fine in receiving that money. Oh, absolutely. Now remember, they get 2.9% plus 30 cents. Okay? Remember those numbers. I want you to write it down. 2.9% plus 30 cents if they do that transaction for you. Okay? So let's say that I'm going to get out my handy dandy calculator. Okay? So let's say that it is $20,000 that you need to receive in one transaction. So 20,000 times 2.9% equals, let me see, $580. Now imagine if this company is doing that times 1 million people. Let's go 1 million. Because we know this company has at least 1 million customers. That's $580 million. Just for a $20,000 transaction. Do you see the magnitude of saying the statement, oh yeah, you'll be fine? So I said, well, that's interesting because I'm looking at your support website, and on your support website, it says something totally different. That it can only be $10,000 at a time per week. Okay, so how do I do that? Do I have them send me 10,000 this week and 10,000 next week? You done lost the sale. Nobody is going to do 10,000 this week and then remember to do 10,000 next week. It's not going to happen. Now, you could set up a subscription where you say we're going to take the first 10,000, but they could dispute it, take it out, on and on and on to the break of dawn. Right? So then I asked some other questions, and I was like, okay, well, we can send you an email. I says, no, I don't want to talk to anybody email. I want to talk to a real person. So then they called. Okay, so they called and the phone hung up. They called and then the phone hung up. Then they sent me an email. I'm sorry. We were trying to reach you, but we were unfortunate. It said that number was not in service. I have the email as proof. I'm telling you my story now. I'm telling you my story. You haven't even got to the money bag yet. This is the story. I'm trying to help you moms and glam moms take it easy, but look, trust me when I say that is this is what happened. So I get an email from the same company. I get 2 emails. One email said, we saw that you were confused about what it is that you can do, and you can absolutely accept a transaction as long as it's no more than 8 digits long. Okay, we back to the 8-digit thing. Then I get another email that says, totally different. I'm sorry to inform you, but you will have to go through a process. You can only take in $10,000 per week. If you take in any more than that, your account is subject to review. Now, do you know what that means? So I said, well, what does subject to review mean? That means basically they're going to hold your funds They're going to hold all that money until they figure out what you're doing. Why is it that they were giving me two different explanations from the same company? So I said, you know what? I think I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to use your company if I have to do, high ticket sales or anything. I just don't want to do it because and I carbon copied the one email. And I says, you're sitting here telling me this, which is your standard. I've gotten this standard response 4 times. Now and then I get another response by email from someone else. It seems like the company can't come together as to what the situation is. Also, I had a problem with getting a phone call and told me that my phone didn't work. Now, imagine if your money was already tied up. Can you imagine all that spaghetti ball shenanigans that I was going through? Oh, I'm sorry, your phone didn't work. It said it wasn't in service. And I'm like, what? My phone's not working? Oh, this is crazy. I have a business phone. So I had my business phone call my personal phone, and I had my personal phone call my business phone. And guess what? Both phones work. So what was this lady talking about? She rung my number. I watched her. I'm trying to answer. And it hung up. It went ring, 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 and then hung up. Then it calls back, ring, ring, ring. It hang up. Okay, sounds like some shenanigans. I'm not telling you the name of the company, guys. You're going to have to, I'll tell you on the side or whatever, but I am not telling you the name of the company in this public forum. But I am letting you know that you have to really check out the story, and AKA you need to read. If anybody is watching this, share this. You know someone who is in business that they need to hear this, need to share it. Share it. Okay, if you are getting 10,000 or more per week, they may accept it. You may say, Cassandra, you don't know what you're talking about, because I got 20,000 last week and 40,000 the week before and blah blah. Okay, you can play that game if you want to, but when they decide that they want to follow the rules, then your money is going to be tied up for however long they want to tie it up. And in some cases, I was told that the money can go right back to the person who sent it to you. Now, how is that going to make your business look? And they can shut your account down because you didn't follow the guidelines in the support manual. But wait a minute, I was chatting with the lady. I got a screenshot of the chat. I sent him a screenshot of the chat. Now understand, I haven't done any money transactions, and I'm still going through all these shenanigans, not getting any answers. So I said, okay. So I got some education and educated myself. And here's how it goes. When you use these companies, these amazing companies, right? Like PayPal, like Stripe, like Square, like Zelle. Do you know that what they are doing is they are really vouching for you even though they don't know you? They are vouching that you are handling honest business dealings with your money. They have something called a merchant identification. It's an ID number. It is an ID number that communicates between me and my bank. So what those companies are saying, hey, we're going to let you use our merchant ID so you don't have to go through all of those things that you have to go through just to receive $580 or $997 or $47. We're going to be that intermediary for you. So say they bank with Bank of America. I'll just use that as a bank. Say that any one of those companies that I name has a merchant ID with Bank of America. If you have a problem with your transaction, they are the ones that are responsible. They are the ones that will communicate with Bank of America. you will not be able to communicate with Bank of America because that is not your merchant ID, aka that is not your bank account, right? They are vouching for you that you are going to be taking care of business. So these companies are great for small transactions. But if you're really thinking of yourself as a CEO, which I know that you are, then you want to go ahead and get your own merchant identification. You want to get your own merchant ID. And it's going to take some time. So you go ahead and think big and say, you know what? I need to be able to receive 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 100,000 at a time if I want to. Without what happening? Now, we already know you can go Google it all day long and you will find out. PayPal will do that in a hot minute, right? If you have too much money coming through, boom, 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 boom. It could be $5,000 in 3 days, or they may let it continue on for several days. It could be 25,000. I remember a story that a girl told. She received $160,000 in payments for services over a period of time from PayPal. Next thing you know, a lot of times when people are coaches, maybe they have, or consultants, they have other people that they pay out of that money for the services so that they can do whatever they do for you. Well, her $160,000 got frozen for 3 months. What was she gonna do? She has all these clients, she has all these deliverables, right? And she doesn't have any money to do it with. She is at the mercy of the company, and they decide when she gets her money. And then when you say that's not fair, they will say, go look in your terms and conditions. It's in there. It's in the terms and conditions that they can at any point decide to hold your money that you have been paid if they think that some hanky-panky is going on, or some money laundering is going on, or people may ask for a refund, so they're going to hold that money to make sure none of those people ask for a refund. Well, wait a minute, my contract clearly says no refund. Ma'am, we don't care about what your contract say. They can still come back and say they want a refund because of how their policy is written up. So you see, sometimes when you are in business, you need to talk to your banker. You need to talk to maybe an attorney who does financial situations, and say, how do I work this out? If you don't want to read all the terms and conditions, and trust me, I read 10 pages. And I had to write down what my questions were and then go back and say, hey, what does this mean? Hey, what does this mean? Hey, what does that mean? Hey, what does this mean? Like, right? But it was pretty plain lingo. The lingo is, they had a bunch of laws that said you got to stop writing stuff where people don't understand what you're saying. It was very clear. Give examples, right? And so you have to be careful. Even though you've gotten away with it, doesn't mean that you will continue to get away with it. At any point in time, they could decide that they say, well, you know what? You've been having a lot of transactions coming in the past 4 weeks. Oh, well, it's Christmas time. Yeah, that's going to happen. It's Black Friday time, right? So by having your own merchant account number, you go to your bank and you say to your bank, I need to have a merchant ID so that when I make sales, it will come in through that merchant ID number. Now, can your bank cause problems and shenanigans? Absolutely. It's in the terms and conditions. So here's what happened to me. I applied for my merchant ID. And so when you hear a lot of the credit people telling you, make sure you have this, make sure you have that, make sure all your ducks are in a row, that's why. Because and don't even think you're going to say, oh, I sell cryptocurrency. Oh, I do cryptocurrency training. You better not even mention cryptocurrency. You better not talk about no CBD. You better not talk about no natural products. You sell natural products, non-pharmaceutical, non-FDA approved. Okay, say that, you're not getting a merchant ID. Period. That's it. It's a wrap. Real estate, not. You have to actually go through, calling the proper people to set up there's all kinds of laws in place per your state about getting a merchant ID if you do real estate and that type of thing, right? So when you go to your bank, they want to make sure all your I's are crossed, they're going to ask you questions over and over again. And I'm laughing because I'm looking at my husband. I'm looking at the love man and he doing it. He's a security guy, okay? He the security man. He's the security man. You know, the one that's standing up for the thing, they doing like this, they all muscly and cute and everything. That's him. Except it's in a digital manner, okay? He's that professional. He's that professional cybersecurity guy, okay? He has on a shirt that says cybersecurity is an art. It's cybersecurity ninja. Okay, so it's to the point now where he don't even have to be in a room, and I'm going. I feel the tickling on my ears because he's done so much education. I should get an honorary cybersecurity degree. Because he's like, why are you doing that? Do you know if you do that this is going to happen and that's going to happen and all these different things is going to happen to you? Do you realize that? And I'm like, oh man, every time I think I'm doing something here we go, right? Okay, so I am saying that you want to pursue getting a merchant ID. So I'm going to read you these questions that they said. And I says, at any point, can I use your company to get these large sums of money? So they said, oh, absolutely. So number one, what is your desired charge limit increase? That's what they asked. Number two, can you provide more context around the reason for large charges like this, like 15,000, 25,000, 30,000? Don't that sound weird? Okay, number three, how often will these kind of charges occur? I.e., does the user charge on a regular cadence, e.g. once a month, or can there be spikes depending on the number of customers signing up? Number four, how well do you know these customers? Good question. I.e., know your customer checks do you perform? What know you customer checks do you perform on your customers who are making these large charges? Anything 50K transactions, above or below $50,000. How well do you know your customer? And what kind of checks do you perform on them? Are you kidding me? What? See what I mean by lawyering up and making sure your ducks are in a row in advance so you cannot say no to a sale. Number five, given that there is no formal dispute process for this particular type of process, how do you plan to handle potential disputes against large charges like this? Do you know translation? I'm letting you use my merchant ID. You don't even have a merchant ID. So you want me to let you run $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $40,000, $50,000 through my merchant ID? Let's just talk. Let's give it plain talk, right? And I'm supposed to sit here and just say, okay. Because who's the one that's going to end up having to pay for this should something happen? They are, with their bank. Because remember, they are the ones that have the merchant ID with Bank of America. You don't. So really, to be totally honest, what they're asking, you would do the same, right? If you were in this same position, letting any Tom, Dick, and Jerry, any Mary Sue and Lisa have your merchant ID to do transactions, you would want to put a cap on it. Number 6, can you provide more information around fraud mitigating measures that you have in place? And please share the specifics. So, moral to the story, number 1 through 6, what does that mean? If you don't have number 5 and 6, which is a formal dispute process, if you don't have information on fraud mitigating measures that you use, should you be sending that 10,000, 15, 25,000 through they accounts? You think you gonna get your money? Nope. Nope. And nope. Now that could be little bitty amounts that add up to 15,000. After the 10,000, you got to go through this process. It says questions for large transactions coming into your account. These are the 6 things that they require. So if them little transactions add up to $25,000 and $50,000, they still got a problem with it. They still got a problem, and they will put your stuff on hold till you get 1 through 6 done. Or they could just say reject, and the person's like, I'm putting in my card, right? I don't know what's going on, but it won't even accept my card. It won't allow it to go through. It just won't go through. You didn't went, created a payment. You know what your payment amount is. You put it in there, and it's just not working. It's just not working. Oh my, let me see that's what's happening. That company said, you done already bought in $50,000 this week. We're done. We're done. And they don't take the money. So you losing the sales left and right. You sitting in a class, you got 20, 30 people ready to pay for this that equals what? $700,000? I don't know. The point is, you didn't even prepare for this. And honestly, I haven't had that kind of training. Only training that I had was, hey, I recommend you get a merchant account. It was a very gentle reminder. But these are the processes that can inundate you, where you cannot focus on your zone of genius in your business. So that brings me to what I'm doing. I am doing a class January 3rd through the 7th. It is called Website in a Week. I'm sure you're like, well, what does that have to do with this? Because on your website, you got to have a way for people, if you have a sales page, they got to pay for things, right? How are they going to pay? Are they going to use Stripe? Are they going to use a PayPal link? Are they going to use Square? Are they going to use, what are they going to use? ACH, wire transfer? What are you going to have them use? So you need to be prepared in advance. I just wanted to share my experience, as well as to invite you to my 5-day challenge, Website in a Week. When you go to the link, it'll talk about all the things that we will be discussing, right? And as a bonus of you attending the class, I'm going to offer this video. Even though it's on this page, it's not going to stay here. This is going to be one of the bonuses of you signing up. So you could go back, you could watch the video. You can say, you know what, I don't know. She said something about this. She said something about that. And give you a checklist of things that you can do so that you can start in the process. 2023 is here. We already kicking down the doors, y'all. So go ahead and get ready to be ready to kick down that door, so that when someone says, hey, I'm looking at looking at my husband. He's just getting ready to write something down. You want to just come over here and have a little talk with him? So we're gonna come back, and then I'm gonna allow him to talk to you as well. So come to website in a week, January 3rd through the 7th. I am really loving that class because a lot of people think it's just so simple, just doing these little things. Ooh, all I gotta do is go splash some little cute pages and take some brand, some brand photography, take some brand photography, and that's good. Nope. Because in third, you only got 5 to 16 seconds for them to read what you're about, as well as purchase from you. That's it. 13 5 seconds to keep their attention, and then 16 seconds for them to pull out their credit card. But when they pull out their credit card, how you gonna get the money? How are you going to get the money, especially if you're going to be clocking those sales, because you're working with those coaches that's teaching you how to clock $165,000 in a weekend, right? Are you ready to receive that 165,000? It's going to get locked up. And you may have to sit there for 6 months before they decide to release it. Eventually they'll release it, but it may take a long time because they got to wait to see if all those people want to bring it back. Just like I got some cute boots from Macy's. They are so cute, but they were damaged in the front. Guess what I'm doing? I'm returning them. But they have a merchant account, so they're not worried about you. They're not worried about that because they have their own direct line to their bank. And that is what is the best option. And that's what I wanted to teach you, all the different shenanigans that you could go through by staying with that mindset. Oh, I can just use this. Oh, I can just use that. Oh, I can just do the little quick app it. Okay, keep on. Okay, and then some of those are not so secure, but that's a whole nother subject. So if you would like more information, feel free to reach out to me. But if you go ahead and register for my class, you'll be on my waiting list. You can DM me right here. I do want to say that we do cybersecurity training for entrepreneurs, and it is coming in 2023. It is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. You going to want to sign up for that too. Matter of fact, I'm going to sign up for it because I still don't have all the facts. But anyway, I am so glad that you took Friday out, Friday Finances, honey, to make sure that you have your business the way it should be, because honestly, I want you to take it easy, y'all. So you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.